All right, this is lesson 3 and 4. Yeah, so lesson 3 is what is weather? Weather is a condition of air right now, and this is changing over a short period of time. So, weather can change quickly. Weather are things like a temperature. Is it hot? Is it cold? Okay, what is the temperature outside right now? Or the wind, right? Is there windy or is it not windy? Humidity, clouds, precipitation. Is it raining or not? Right? And air pressure. So this is just keep in mind that weather mean that it can change. Any of this can change rapidly. So today can be hot and tomorrow can be raining. The other day can be cold. That's the weather, okay? It can change. Okay? Weather takes place in troposphere. Okay? So the lowest layer of the atmosphere. Okay. Now, what about climate? Climate would be the average weather, okay, over a long period of time. Climate does not change quickly. Keep that in mind, okay? So, climate depends on the region that you are in, okay? It's affected by latitude, altitude, are you near the ocean, wind, and current, yeah? Okay, so let's see here. This is air mass. Air mass, let's see air mass first before we go in depth. So air mass is just a large body of air, okay, that has the same temperature and moisture. So as you can see here, there's a key word that you have to remember a little. Continental means dry, okay? Maritime means wet. Polar means cold. Tropicals mean warm. Okay, so let's look at this. Air front means that you can have air, group of air moving. You can have warm front, which means that the air is bringing the warm air. And you can have cold front, the air is bringing the cold air, or even rain, okay? And then you can have a stationary front, the air that does not move easily, right? So these are the diagram. Let's see. Pressure, low pressure. This is the thing you have to know. Local wind, okay? You have sea breeze and land breeze. What's the difference? Sea breeze, okay, happens during daytime, as you can see here. This sea breeze mean cool air from the sea move towards the warm land, okay? So this is cool breeze coming here, right? So from the sea to the land. Then you can have land breeze. Land breeze is the opposite. It happens at night. Okay, keep that in mind. Happens at night. And this is cool air from land move towards the sea. Okay, so this is cool air move towards the sea. Okay, all right. Now, why does that happen? It happens because of uneven heating, okay, between land and the air. Okay, so let's see. We talked about this. Dew point is the temperature at which the water, okay, water vapor condense into liquid. Okay, so when you have high dew point, you get more moisture in the air. Okay, this is a type of clouds. So you can look at the diagram here and relate to the tables here. Okay, and remember how does it look. Actually, you can just look at the diagram of the shape here. Okay, all right, let's see lesson 4. So lesson 4 is here. Weather, temporary condition of the atmosphere. Climate is the average weather over long period of time. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Yeah? Then you can look at the climate zone. So each zone would have different climates. Yeah? So you can see tropical here. Tropical usually are hot, wet, and dry. Okay, so this is where you have many plants and animals. I believe this is the area where you can cut out and say this is the tropical zone. Yeah, see the reds in here. These are the tropical zone. Then you have the temperate zone. The temperate zone would be warm, summer, cool in winter. Okay, and you have different types of plants growing. So this is where you have your temperate zone there in the yellow color. See all the yellow colors. Yeah. Then you have the polar region. The regions that is polar would have a condition where it's harsh for animal to live, okay, and cool or cold and dry and windy. So this is where you see the North Pole, the South Pole, yeah, the top part of the of the earth and the bottom parts. Okay. All right, see there, this is the detail giving you tropical zone, temperate zone, and then polar zone, top and bottom. Okay, so if you zoom in, you can see Thailand here. This is us. We're in the tropical zone. Okay, all right. Then you have the word latitude and longitude. I think you have latitude here. So the word latitude is the distance north or south of the equator. That's the latitude. Yeah. So this is the equator. This is your equator here. So the distance from the equator. Okay. So that's called the latitude. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Then you have the word elevation. Elevation is how high you are from the sea level. Okay. Now, as you move up, the density of air and the temperature of air changes, right? As elevation increase, the air becomes thinner and less dense. Okay. As elevation increase, usually the temperature is colder. When you go up the mountain or up the hills, right, the temperature is generally cooler there. Yeah. All right. Then you have, this is the ocean current, global warming. No, this is global wind. So I'm only focusing on what's coming out on your test, yeah? Okay, biome there. So you have different type of biomes, right? So as you can see here, you have, let me see, there. Types of biome. You have taiga, which is cold, and you have evergreen forest, desert, which is dry and little rainfall, rainforest, warm and very wet, grassland, grassy and few trees, tundra, very cold and little plant life there. Okay, so there, see, tundra, taiga, deciduous forest, rainforest, grassland, and desert. So you can see the diagram even here given to you. Okay, there, this is the definition. So tundra, you have cold, dry condition with average low temperature. Okay. Taiga is located below tundra. Okay. Taiga is cold in winter, warm, humid, and rainy in summer. So the temperature is higher, see, compared to that. Yeah. And then you have forest, the deciduous forest, where you have an annual temperature of negative 30 to 30 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then you have rainforest. This is near the equator, and the temperature is roughly about 25 degrees on average. Okay. Grassland, open grass field. Okay. The temperature range from negative 40 to 21. You can have desert, which is very hot and can also be cold as well. So negative 3 to 49 degrees. So you can see the type of plants growing and animals living in each region. Yeah. So you can just go through all this table here. Okay, and just go through. I don't think you have to memorize it. Okay, then you have greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect means that the gas traps the sun heat and does not allow it to go out. Okay, and this is, if I draw it out, you will see. Let me draw it out here. There. So you have the sun here, and you have the earth here, right? And then you have the atmosphere of the earth. You know that energy from the sun falls onto the earth's surface. And all the energy that's falling, the heat energy that's falling, it will be reflected or bounce out. See? Bounce out of the earth. Okay? Now with greenhouse effect, what happened is this is being trapped. So the energy from the sun is trapped here because of the gas, okay? Or you can say that this is because of the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide causing the heat to fall back down onto the earth. Now this causes the rise in temperature of the earth and cause the ice in the pole or the North Pole and South Pole to melt. Okay, so this is not a good thing. See the change, the effect that you have. Loss of species, animals cannot live. The temperature of the earth increases, right? You have more severe storm. Okay, not enough food. Why? Because you cannot grow crops. It's flooded, right? And then you can have more health risk Okay, increase in drought, too dry, or some places the ocean water rises up. Yeah. Okay, and this also causes the change in ecosystem. Yeah.